Hi friends, good evening everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use LSMW for maintaining the price condition records. Recently, I was doing this transaction and I found a certain kind of points to highlight, which is not quite normal compared to other transactions. So that I felt like, okay, let's make a video to maintain the price condition records because there are some kind of points we need to note. And also we have to input certain kind of fields which are not visible in the recording. So the 14 steps, the explanation we have already given in different kind of other videos. So let's go directly to the transaction where we are going to do the activity. LSMW. Let's create any project. Just we can data migration project. Subproject master data migration object. Let me keep it MVK2 maintain condition records. Click on execute. Select define object attributes. Click on execute. Click on display or change. Go to batch input recording. If you click on this icon, system will give you the screen. Click on create button. MEK2 _ REC recording of MEK2 transaction. I'll give some description. Transaction is MEK2. Give PB 00. Which one? Try to use mostly the tab compared to mouse. Try to use mostly tab. Now the cursor is moved to this place, right? Now click on enter. Here multiple combinations are available. You can use your page down or the arrow marks to move to the respective combination, which one you wanted to maintain. Currently I selected the material info record, then click on tab. See, once you click on the tab, the cursor is moved to choose button. Now click enter. So here you need to input the vendor material. By default, if it comes, for example, a few minutes back, if you have used this transaction, then the data would be visible. Otherwise, all the fields will be blank. Although data is visible, you go to the place, okay, you enter. Otherwise, it may not get recorded. 737, purchasing organization 1000, info record category 0, standard. And the valid on, we don't have to record. If it records also, we can ignore it because the valid on should come automatically based on the system date. Once the cursor has gone to execute button, yeah, once it comes to execute, you can see that box, right? Click enter. The price 30 euros. You can change to anything just to record it. Now move you can click shift tab until it comes to save button. Now you can see that one, the red color box and save, click enter. It's getting saved. Now click on default all. This is the one I was mentioning, right? Why I decided to make this video, although we have a couple of transactions recording methods and other methods in LSMW related videos. This is the reason. It's because the behavior is little different. So I wanted to explain. See, no default value found for F003 low and selection date. Okay. So enter this material, vendor, material, purchasing organization, info record category. For those things, system has not given the fields by default. Okay, so that's why I wanted to highlight this. Now you come to F001, double click on that. So system will show you name. There are two names are there. In this name, you have to give the technical field name, LIFNR. The vendor technical name is LIFNR. You can get from any table, A1 or any table, you can go and get the details. Name is vendor number. The default value, let it be. Second is material code, MATNR, material number. I have not seen these kind of manual inputs for any of the transactions which one we have done as of now for material master, customer master, different masters, right? For this price condition records, I observed this one. So I hope this will be helpful for anyone who is going to work on this kind of LSMW. If there would be any other option and all, but when I was doing for my project and I followed the same approach, so I'm teaching you. So I hope it will be helpful for you. Now click on continue. Then we have purchasing organization, EKORG, purchase organization. Next one is info category. For example, if you don't remember info category, you can click on next screen. Go to SS16N EINA. Here you have this one, right? ESOKZ. This ESOKZ is related to info category or info type. ESOKZ, you can give info category or info type, anything you can give. Click continue. That's it. The selection date, like I mentioned, that selection date we need to ignore. That is one of the key points I wanted to highlight, because selection date we don't have to consider for our source structure. So I'm just ignoring here. You can ignore the selection date. If you want to give some field and all, you can give it. But during source structure, I am recommending you to ignore it. Otherwise, you are going to get certain kind of other issues if you consider that field, because the field will come by default whenever you do it. That is based on the system date. Okay, this is optional. You don't have to do it anyway. We are not going to consider this field. Now save it. Click back and select the recording. Click on save button. Back, source structure. Always you have to click on this button to make it in editable mode. And click on create button. MEK2 SS, or you can write SSMEK2. Source structure for MEK2. Enter. Save it. Click back. Click on source fields. Before coming to source fields, we have to click on object overview. Click on table view. So you can see all these fields. If you have not maintained whatever I have told you, right, the MATNR, EKORG and all, system will get all the fields. Control C. Go to Excel, do Control V. Okay. So for the source structure, we are going to prepare the source structure. How the source structure will be? Control X, Control V, all characters. So you can give C, make it C. Command D. And first field name. Then those things. Like I mentioned that, please ignore selection date, which is not required for this recording. I want to share that experience also. When I was giving the selection date, system is by default, it is taking as length as 1, but the date length is 10. So when I was giving that kind of contradictory, system is giving that always one error message that source length and destination length are different, and I'm getting issue during conversion data. So that's why I'm suggesting you ignore the selection data when you're working on this MEK2 transaction. So let's copy all this data. And come back, define source fields, click on edit button again. Put the cursor on your source structure and input table maintenance. Just paste here. Oh, click enter. Click enter. All the fields are covered, right? Condition 3, 3, 6 to 8. Total 8 fields. Okay, all fields have come. Click on save. Okay, all 8 fields are there. Click on save. Go to structure relations. Already relation is done. You can just save it. No need to do anything. Then define field mapping. You can see that the cursor is moving automatically. Okay. Now click on again. Display change button. Put the cursor on fields. Go to extras and click on auto field mapping. So now click on continue. Just click enter. System will map all the fields which are given in the source structure to the recording fields. You can verify. See, all the fields are mapped. Okay. Selection date we have ignored, right? So there is no mapping was done. It's not required also. Save it. So this is the one step. There is no significance for us. Come back and click on specify files. Now click on button. So before you upload, we have to prepare the file, right? So go to Excel sheet. This is only the fields which we need it. This is source, structure, paste special. We need to copy. Paste special, transpose. If it is Windows laptop, it will be visible very clearly. Control B. So we got this data, condition type, PB00. Okay, let me increase the size of this field. PB00, selection indicator and all, you keep it XX. Vendor number 1000, material number 737, right? Let us open it. Material info record. Okay. Currently it is 35 euros. We are going to change to 40. 737 and 1000 is a purchasing organization. Again, 1000 is purchasing organization for category 0. We are going to change to 40 euros. Control. Yes. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, Control C. Maybe you can see from here, or else we can save this file. Go to file, save as, desktop, file type, tab delimited txt, tab delimited txt. Okay, the file name is MEK2. So you have to select the file format, tab delimited .txt file, save it. Okay. So this also we can close it. Now go to we came to LSMW. Select the PC front end. Double click on that. So system will ask you to select desktop MEK2.txt. Okay. MEK2 .txt. We can verify also, because this Windows files on MacBook, we need to little bit more care on this. We can verify desktop mek2.txt mek2 testing. You have to select tabulator field name at start of the file, because we are using that field name as the first line, right? So that you should select that one, so that system will ignore the first line, and second line onwards it will take it. Remaining all are you can keep it as it is, how I'm showing on the screen. Click on continue, save it, click back, assign files, save it. Okay, all the file is assigned, we just save it, it will move. So it move to read data, click on read. So one entry is getting read by the system. Display read data, click on continue. This is the step where you can verify whether the data which you have uploaded, whether it is mapped properly or not. You can see here, selection date, condition type PB00, vendor number 1000, info category 0, and the price is 40. Okay, the date, everything was removed, right? Because we have not put in the source structure. So now what you can understand, although you have recorded 10 fields, if you keep source structure of 8 or 9, system will behave based on the source structure. You should not miss any mandatory fields, because it will stop your transaction. Then display converted data. So converted data, where the data is getting converted. See here, you can observe here, the selection date is available in the converted data. We are not passing anything. The field length was taken as 1. That was the reason I was explaining a few minutes back, where I got issues. Then I decided to run my LSMW without selection date. So it was working absolutely fine. So I'm going to teach you on this. Just ignore selection date while working on maintain condition records. So all the data is fine. I hope it is going to be success now. Create batch input session. Keep batch input folder, click execute it, then run batch input session. I think I'm running the steps a little bit faster, because we have learned about LSMW, these steps in different videos to handle different kind of master data. So this video main purpose is whatever the 2-3 points which were highlighted, like adding the fields and ignoring the selection date, these 2-3 things I wanted to convey, and I wanted to train all of you. That's why I made this video. Although the steps are quite same as how we have done in other recording methods. So run batch input session now. Click on execute it. You can see there is one entry is available. Click on process. For the first time, so I'm going to run in the foreground. You can see how the session is going to run in the backend. If I click display errors, it will complete within 1 to 2 seconds, but you don't know that what exactly happened in the backend. So now you can select this process foreground, extended log, expert mode, and default 10 pro size. Click on process. See, the session is getting run now. Click enter. Click enter. See, system came and selected that details. See, the valid on has come based on the system date. That's why I was mentioning that you don't have to consider valid on or selection date. System will automatically give you without any errors. All the input data has come. Click enter. See, the 40 euros what we have given also updated. Completed. So now the system has completed the transaction. Now we go to MEK2. Select the material info record, execute it. See, it is updated to 40. So whatever LSMW we have done, it is successful. Let us run one in the display errors only. So what I'm going to do now, go to minimize, and where is our file MEK2? 40. I'm not going to make anything. I'm just making 40, 50. Okay, I just made 50. It's very sensitive to make changes into the text file. That's why I never make it. But it is only one field change. So I was giving one kind of attempt to make it. Okay. So never make changes onto the text file directly. You always make changes to the Excel and select the complete box and paste into the text file, or else generate a new text file. Okay. So it was just simple, only I changed a number. So it's okay to do it. Otherwise, I don't recommend to make changes in the text file, because the text file, the way of look, everything looks different. The tab, everything, it's not unique like Excel sheet. Okay. So now let's go to LSMW. Same record. Okay, so someone has created the LSMW, he has done it, he has tested everything. Now you are in a support project, or later the same person, you yourself, you're just migrating, okay, or for a new data, then you don't have to do all the recording, everything. Come here, select the project, subproject and object, then execute it. Directly come to specify files. Come to specify files, click on execute, and click on this change button, double click on this file, click F4, select your file, open, maybe MUK2 testing part 2, whatever you can select. Click on tabulator, field names at the start of the file. Like I explained that if you are not using the heading data, you don't have to flag this. If you use it, you should flag it. Now click on continue, click on save button, assign files, save it. Cursor is moving to the next step, you can observe it. Read data, one file, display read data, $50, convert data, then display convert data. So everything perfect. So when you see this mapping, the data, everything, we can get a confidence that 99% my LSW will be successful. Execute it, run batch input session. See, this is the new entry was generated. Click on process. This time I'm going to select display errors only. Extended log and expert mode. Click process. So that's it, done. Session overview. Go to MEK2, PB00 for record. See, we changed to 50. So the LSMW is successful. I hope this session has helped you to understand how you can use the LSMW when you are working on maintain condition records, whatever the certain kind of inputs I have given, like selection date, please ignore it. And you have to add the manual fields for the vendor, material, info category, and purchasing organization. These are the main points you need to consider to save your time if you're going to work on these maintain condition records in your project. If you like the video, hit the like button and keep sharing and keep supporting our videos with your like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.